So there are a lot of reasons why we need to legalize.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like in
And
college?
I inhaled. I did inhale.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. But yes.
I know you have to go. They say you have to go. I just wanted to
I
ask.
just broke news.
I mean, was it in college?
Uh-huh.
See, I like stuff like that. That's a real honest
It's
answer.
real.
Was it a blunt or joint?
It was a joint.
Hey.
Yeah.
You remember the high?
I do.
So if it was legalized all throughout the country and medicinal, would you do it?
Listen,
again?
I think that it gives a lot of people joy, and we need more joy.
We need more joy in this world.
I call myself a joyful warrior. Right? Never let anyone take your joy from you. You do what you gotta do.
'Cause you gotta do what you
Gotta do.
Whoa.
Which means there's no time to get tired. Come on.
Come on, man.
Right? You're gonna pass that baton at some point. But right now you're carrying it. And the question is, what are you doing with it?
Why are you doing this?
I just felt like running.
I just felt like running.
Half of it is knowing that what you are thinking and what you are feeling is legitimate and important and must be heard. And in that way, it's bigger than you.
Before we conclude, Madam Vice President, Joyful Warrior has been used to describe
You
your
didn't see that just a
campaign.
minute ago, though. Okay, I'm back to my joyful part.
And your opponent and Republicans have at times weaponized you laughing in campaign ads, for example. Why is joy important to you to insert into this election? And what do you make of Republicans using that as a way to suggest that you're not a serious candidate?
Well, sometimes I think, and I'll say to whoever the young people are who are watching this, there are some times when your adversaries will try and turn your strength into a weakness. Don't you let them. Don't you let them. I find joy in the American people. I find joy and optimism in what I see to be our future and our ability to invest in it. I find joy in the ambition of the people. I find joy in the dreams of the people. I find joy in building community. I find joy in building coalitions. I find joy in believing that the true measure of the strength of a leader is not based on who you beat down, but who you lift up.
You know, frankly, I think that over the last several years, there's been this perversion around that, right? Which is to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down instead of who you lift up. And that's what this campaign is about. This campaign is about a recognition that, frankly, over the last several years, there's been this kind of perversion that has taken place, I think, which is to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, when what we know is the real and true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. That's what we see as strength. We know what strength looks like. That's what strength looks like. Anybody who's about beating down other people is a coward. This is what strength looks like. And we both believe in lifting people up, not knocking them down. I think that there has been a certain backward-thinking approach over the last several years, which is to suggest, to suggest that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, instead of what we know. The true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. Who you lift up. That's the measure of the strength of a leader. Let's stop with the nonsense. Knowing it's some backward thinking for those folks to have been suggesting for years that the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down. You know, that's the stuff they're pushing. That the measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you beat down, when we know the true measure of the strength of a leader is based on who you lift up. Who you lift up.
And I think we should all find joy.
This is a chance to bring out that joy, turn the page, and look to the future.
But you know what? You know what? Our next president brings the joy. She emanates the joy. All the things that make me mad about those other guys and all the things they do wrong, the one thing that I will not forgive them for is they try to steal the joy from this country. They try and steal the joy.
What is unforgivable is him stealing our joy. So here's the thing. Kamala Harris is bringing not only solutions that focus on you, she's doing it with a smile and joy on her face.